Right. So this is an understanding over the workers' compensation because as part of our property and casualty insurance learning is concerned, whenever we are working on multiple applications like guideware, all that stuff, understanding over the workers' compensation and what are the calculations and how are these calculations will be taken place is important. So in this regard, so this technical white paper majorly uh, details about what exactly this workers' compensation program majorly uh, crucial, right? So especially for any working people, because whatever the businesses that we run, right? So to manage these, you require employees, right? So workers to manage the day-to-day activities at the industry level, all that. So in regard to this understanding, when it comes to the workers' compensation programs, which are usually uh, very crucial, important, right? So to risk their to whatever the risk which is identified, so to minimize that risk or to make their themselves as well as their families safe, right? So when try to understand about this, we need to know about some specific data points uh, because one is about the injury patterns, like for example, any certain activities or any kind of equipment leading to any more injuries, or and what should be the response time for that, right? So how quickly are injuries being reported, right? So our employees are consistently using any personal protective equipment here or not. At the same time, what managerial impact are we showing, right? So because some managers can see a higher injury rate in their teams. So everything are specific data points that we have to see when it comes to the workers' compensation is concerned. So based upon the kind of data that it has available, so when it comes to the controlling of workers' compensation expenses are concerned, generally uh, this is how generally insurance premiums are being calculated, because insurance premium calculations are important because we need to understand workers' compensation insurance premiums, like which are essentially to manage the cost effectiveness. If company is fully insured for any workers' compensation versus self-insured or any state-run programs, there must be some calculation one should be understood. This calculation normally involves multiple key components, like each of which players have a critical role in determining the overall premiums. So it can be a base rate, at the same time, MOD, experienced modifiers, and all that. At the same time, whatever the payroll that person is holding, right, including any kind of adjustments, premiums, everything will be taken into consideration. Where base rate will be multiplied with the experience modifier, which can be multiplied based upon the payroll and worker uh, is taking now, right? So that pay that can be taken into account, right? So where adjustments, including whatever the adjustments that we have, right? So either if you want to add any adjustments or in any subtract or deduct any adjustments can be made, and finally premium will be calculated based on that. This is a high level understanding when it comes to the rate is concerned, base rate or the premium. How are we going to calculate it for this is important. But when we try to understand about the base rate, what exactly the base rate stands for, right? So base rate is having a set by the insurance provider, right? So majorly determines what are the type of work the employees are performing, right? So different industries as well as the kind of job roles that they are carrying in different levels of risk, right? So let's say any construction company as an example, right? So may have a higher base rate than office based businesses, because the construction where they need to work on different areas, right? So there is a possibility of high risk is involved in it, right? So base rate will be taken on that grounds. Second, about the experience of modifier, which is majorly a crucial factor if you want to adjust the premium based on the company's claims history comparing to others in the industry. For example, the claim history is earlier for a particular company, right? So, which is worse than the average. So, then automatically the experience of modifiers will also be at the higher level. So that subsequently insurance premium will also be at the higher level. Next, payroll is also one of the key element, right? So because payroll, understanding over the payroll, right? So how much directly it is linking to the size of the payroll, right? So normally, right? So how many dollars, right? So how many? It can be of any currency, right? So irrespective of the country, the workers are working based on that even uh, currency, based on that payroll currency will be taken into consideration, so that this also have a predominant increase, so that whatever the premium or the kind of components that we are insuring, so including the insurance cost, which are proportionate to the number of employees we have, etc., all that. So finally adjustments will be made, so any additions or any kind of subtractions for the premium based on the various factors, like any kind of scheduled credits we have, or any kind of debits, or implementing any safety programs. Everything will be part of the adjustment. So these are the major areas. Again, I'm repeating: one is on the base rate, second about the experience modifiers, next about the payroll point of view, followed by adjustment. So these are the four basic things generally. Basic things finally will be taken into consideration when we calculate the premium for workers' compensation, which is essentially important. And what are the key metrics to track this? We will be discussing in the next session. By taking some example, I'll discuss it in the next session too.